Good evening, and welcome to Vsb News Online for Monday, February the 9th. I'm Charles Webb. One of the biggest money earners for the America's Cup is the bidding war among the world's top TV networks for who wins the right to beam the exciting series into millions of North American homes and around the world. The winning team was announced today, and VSB's Brian Darby has the details.
The America's Cup has selected NBC Sports Group as its partner for the upcoming edition of the America's Cup, including the America's Cup World Series events 2015-16 and the America's Cup qualifiers, playoffs and America Cup final 2017. Harvey Schiller, the commercial commissioner of the America's Cup, said, quote, "We are delighted to announce this agreement with NBC Sports Group. It's a great deal for the America's Cup, our teams and our partners. NBC Sports Group's continued interest reflects this growing popularity as well as potential additional growth of the America's Cup as a major television sport." NBC and NBCSN were the U.S. television home for the last America's Cup, in which the Oracle Team USA staged one of the greatest comebacks in sports to retain the trophy for the United States. The television coverage was widely acclaimed and saw the development of the Emmy Award-winning on-screen graphic package AC Live Line, which enhanced the viewing experience by making the sport more engaging and more easily understood by new fans. John Miller, president of programming for NBC, said, "We are excited to once again showcase the best sailing in the world to a national audience." The 2013 America's Cup served as the setting for one of the greatest comebacks in recent sports history, and we will again leverage the full collection of broadcast, cable and online platforms of the NBC Group to present the race for this oldest trophy in international sport. Brian Darby reporting for VSB News.
He has appeared with the likes of Frankie Lane, the Supremes, the Platters, Liberace, and many others. He has entertained audiences all over the world, but veteran entertainer Gene Steed, who was awarded an MBE for his contribution to music, cannot find a job in Bermuda. He bemoans the dearth of Bermudian entertainment and tells me what can be done to remedy the situation.
It's up to all of us, especially the musicians themselves, and I think the president of the union is going to have to try to get everybody together, and they're going to have to volunteer to help the new clubs that are coming out and get a start the way we started many years ago. We used to entertain ourselves, and we're going to have to do that again and let people know our worth.
But you use the word volunteer. I mean, people can't volunteer when they actually need money, can they?
Well, what you're saying is right, but you see, we're at a time in life right now when nobody wants to spend any money. Nobody wants to give somebody a job or try to make a club work. So it's up to us to get the people interested, and we're going to have to be able to do without them because apparently the powers that be are not interested in helping out the entertainers.
So what about the fact that now we're broaching the tourist season? Shouldn't we be gearing up now to give them some local entertainment?
Well, what we as entertainers have to do is prepare ourselves for anything. We're going to have a big, 2017 coming up with all the ships coming here. Nobody has said anything about how these people are going to be entertained. I've been told that they now have permission to bring in whoever they want to bring in. When people travel, they want to hear the music from that particular country. I've learned that from my 20 years working on the ships and sailing around the world. So let's hope we're able to entertain those people, or they're going to find all these people here with no entertainment.
Let's talk about the local entertainers. Are they prepared professionally to provide this kind of entertainment?
We have some wonderful entertainers in Bermuda, but you have to work at what you do. If you know so much and you can do so much and you don't get a chance to do it, you're a waste. You're on the vine just drying up. There are many entertainers in Bermuda can entertain like that. I happen to be one of the entertainers in Bermuda that I know can do anything at the drop of a hat, but I'm not the only one. You have comedians, you had Ja and guys like that. You got the two brothers that play down at the club on Front Street. These are guys that can supply on the music that you like. You got Tony Berry, one of the best piano players you're going to ever meet. They got musicians, you got entertainers, and that's an industry that's going to waste. And when you need it, If you don't hire it, when you need it, it's not going to be there because the guys are going to lose whatever they have to offer.
Shadow Transport Minister Lawrence Scott pointed out today that it was over a year ago that his party recommended putting security cameras on public buses, not only to deter violence against bus operators, but to ensure that anyone who misbehaves on the buses is identified and punished with the full weight of the law. They thought they had the OBA government support, but nothing seems to have been done to bring it about since. In addition, said Mr. Scott, grievances were building among the drivers that also needed to be addressed. They include flooding in the men's room whenever it rains, stench of sewage in the lunchroom, a case of a worker falling through the dockyard restroom floor, an infestation of centipedes at the St. George's restrooms, and up to 50% of the buses being out of service due to lack of parts to address air conditioning and overheating issues. Thanks to the generosity of an international business group, the waters around Bermuda will be providing a number of local students this week with the opportunity to join a group of mentors on a sailing adventure to do a little bit of growing up at the same time. VSB's Adrian Smet has the story.
Marsh and Guy Carpenter made a $25,000 donation to the Bermuda Sloop Foundation as part of their continuing support of the foundation's programs. Colleagues have also volunteered to mentor 10 middle school students on full-day sailing voyages aboard the Spirit of Bermuda. While on board with the crew, students and volunteers will participate in team-building exercises, career and life training exercises, and learn about Bermuda's maritime heritage along the way. David Ezekiel, Country Corporate Officer of Marsh and McClellan Companies, said, "Sailing is a proven way to build traits such as responsibility, accountability, resilience, self-confidence, teamwork, courage, pride, and awareness. Working with a mentor also gives students the opportunity to spend one-on-one time with an adult, learn about their career, why they chose it, and the skills required to be successful. The students don't even realize they are building those very skills through a fun day of sail training. It is an exceptional experience for both the students and our colleagues, and we are pleased to be a part of it." Diana Martin, CEO of the Bermuda Sloop Foundation, says, "What these students learn during one day of sailing can't be matched in a classroom. This is a dynamic learning opportunity, and we are thrilled that Marsh and Guy Carpenter are continuing to support this initiative with the Bermuda Sloop Foundation." For VSB News, I'm Adrian Smat.
And we'll be back with more news right after this.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
Another glorious mix of recorded and live music by some of Bermuda's greatest musicians has been compiled by impresario Dale Butler so that the BUI can present a unique concert on Tuesday, February the 17th as a fundraising exercise. He explains what he has in mind to VSB News' Brian Darby.
Profiles in Harmony Part 2 follows obviously Profiles in Harmony Part 1, which I did some 4 years ago. And so I'm very pleased to bring back a short film, about 45 minutes, that includes a look at Professor Keith Casey, percussionist, Gene Howells, accordion, Dilton Lightman, who plays the musical saw, dying art in Bermuda, also along with Bobby Barton, who plays a 1-inch harmonica. In addition to that, I have video coverage of the late Chalky Virgil, the late Psyche Laws, and the late Earl Darrell. But that's not complete because we also have live performances from Alka Maranzana, Stan Lord Necktie, and Bobby Barron will give us an exhibition of how he plays his 1-inch harmonica.
What are you trying to tell us?
I'm trying to tell us that we have an extensive music career, and I'm very proud of the fact that I had an extensive musical background. In fact, I highlighted how every night of the week my family made me sit on the couch and listen to a variety of music. My uncles all had different musical tastes than my aunts, so I grew up listening to Handel and Mozart, Leontine Price, Nina Simone, John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Harry Belafonte, all of that was ingrained in me in a very young age. So when I came back to Bermuda, I had a natural thirst from hearing names like Ernie Leader and Gandhi Burgess in my home. I had this thirst to find out who these people were, and started to document as early as 1976 our own musical heritage. And so now this provides me with an opportunity to show it to the public at BUEI on February the 17th at 7:30.
So you have a library then of historic live performances across the decades.
Well, that is true. In fact, most of the material in the short movie I collected in 2006, 2007. Never even got a chance to look at it. That's how busy you get sometime trying to collect the material before people pass.
What are you going to do with that stuff? That's treasure.
Well, I probably will it to my sons, and then they can make $1 million out of it. That's what children do now.
At least we can send it to the archives, which is another thought.
Well, that's a possibility as well, but I'll allow them to use their entrepreneurial skills to benefit from their dad's hard work.
They are known as the A-Team, and this weekend they put all shoulders to the wheel to completely slate the roof and repair the building after severe structural damage at Gibbs Hill Lighthouse by Hurricane Gonzalo. Thanks to their efforts, the iconic tourist attraction will be ready for the oncoming season. Works and Engineering's buildings manager Stephen Tucker, Superintendent Rudolph Eben, and Foreman Edward Bashir outlined the challenges faced and overcome by the A-Team.
Well, initially it was just some slate being pulled off of the lighthouse, but then in our investigation we realized a lot of the members were rotten, and we had to replace them. A lot of structural damage was over time had taken place, so that's why we had to take this measure now and replace the entire roof.
But that involved a lot of engineering, I would imagine.
Yes, it did. We had to hire an outside engineer to assist us and work with the planning department as well as the local historical society to make sure we keep intact to preserve the integrity of the building.
Now, I notice it's almost ready to be slated. What happens when the season comes in a very short time?
Well, we're actually ahead of schedule right now. We're supposed to start slating this weekend, and we got the majority of it done before the weekend was over. So we're doing pretty good. I think we'll be ready for the new season when it kicks in.
In all of the projects that I've undertaken, this perhaps has been the most challenging of all the projects to actually work in coordination with the weather. I mean, if you can imagine on this hill with the wind as it was, the rain, it was a real challenge. But one of the things that I really encouraged the guys with was their motivation. They worked through all of the challenges that they were faced with. We have an excellent team that has been put together, and they have not allowed the weather to mess up their morale.
So now the roof has already been slated. The plastering is next, and the interior?
Interior and exterior could be done at the same time. The exterior, what we try to do is, close it in as an envelope. So therefore, when we're doing the inside work, it wouldn't get no water damage from the exterior being dispersed. So both of those projects can go on at the same time. One of the things I find from my experiences as a carpenter, I've never seen a Bermuda stone building have a wall plate made out of Bermuda cedar as well as serving as a belt. That was a challenge within itself, but with resources and information, guys' expertise, we was able to come up with a plan that was suitable for this particular building.
And now it's time for VSB Sports Report with Earl Baston.
Flora Duffy's 2015 exterior race season got underway with a win in the Philippines. Reigning world champion Duffy lived up to her high billing in the women's professional competition as she was hardly challenged by the rest of the field. 27-year-old Duffy blitzed past the opposition in the 1.5-kilometer swim, 35-kilometer bike, and 10K run to win handedly in a time of 2:43.40. Meanwhile, on local soil, Tyler Smith and Julia Hawley were crowned the 2014 National Duathlon male and female champions, while Jay Donowa and Randa Godfrey were crowned the team duathlon champions at Clearwater Beach yesterday. The 2014 event was postponed until yesterday due to the damage caused at the Bermuda Triathlon Association facility at Southside from back-to-back hurricanes last year. Smith was clocked across the line at a time of 59.47, while Tucker Murphy finished second, clocking a time of 1:01.22. Mark Robinson rounded out the field in the top three with a time of 1:02.08. Hawley finished sixth overall with a time of 1:07.25. Christine Palmer finished seventh overall and was the second female finisher, clocking 1:08.27. And Zoe Roberts was the third female finisher and 14th overall in a time of 1:18.26. The team of Donawa and Roberts crossed the line third overall with a time of 1:01.30. Gabrielle Wilkinson won the do-a-do sprint distance race with Laura Keyes taking the ladies' title. 4 teams advanced to the Bermuda Football Association's FA Challenge Cup semi-final draw following quarter-final action over the weekend. At Bernard Park yesterday, Jonathan Bryars gave the North Village Rams the lead in the 5th minute. Jason Lee took on the fullback down the left side. He cut in and his low cross was tapped in by Bryars. It took until the 88th minute for Vernon Parentjeef to equalize for the Southampton Rangers when he scored from a free kick. But just when it appeared that the match would need a replay, Devray Tankard put away a header for the North Village Rams to advance 2-1. In other FA Challenge Cup quarterfinal action, it was Flanagan's Onions 2, PHC Zebras 0, Somerset Trojans 3, Boulevard Blazers 0, and on Saturday night at the BAA Field, it was Robin Hood 0, Dandytown Hornets 3. The 2015 Bermuda National Athletics Association's Pacers track meet came to an end at the National Sports Center yesterday. The 2-day event saw 2 more athletes reach the qualifying standards for the Carifta Games. Kairos Graders met the Carifta Games under-20 girls 1,500-meter qualifying time when she crossed the line in a time of 4:54.22. Graders just missed out on the Pan American Junior Games qualifying time of 4:50 flat. During the under-18 girls high jump, Michaela Wilson reached the standard, clearing the bar at 1.56 meters on her way to winning the event. In field hockey news, the Canaries defeated the Wildcats 4-2. A field goal in the 2nd minute off the stick of Shanna Griffith gave the Canaries the lead. However, Zena Jones equalized for the Wildcats with a field goal in the 12th minute. Abigail Matchichin gave the Canaries the lead in the 24th minute with a field goal, and Sandra Tandy scored a field goal in the 50th minute to extend the Canaries' lead to 3-1. Gemma Godfrey pulled a goal back for the Wildcats when she scored a field goal in the 55th minute, but Matchichin would restore the Canaries' 2-goal lead when she scored from a penalty corner in the 69th minute to earn the Canaries that 4-2 victory. The Flying Collars mountain bike race series continued with 82 riders going to the start line for the 6th race of the season at Fort Scour yesterday. In the A-Class, Robin Horsfield crossed the line first with a time of 50.16, covering 11 laps. Shaquan Richardson also completed 11 laps, finished second in a time of 53.46. Neil Nisinqua finished third with a time of 50.50. However, he only completed 10 laps. The male B division saw Caden Hopkins record a win with a time of 44.35. He completed 9 laps. Patrick Brown finished second, clocking 41.18 after 8 laps, and Janai Robinson finished third with a time of 42.01. Ashley Kirkpatrick rode to victory in the female B division with a time of 42.35, completing 6 laps. Kim Raymond won the female novice race, completing 4 laps with a recorded time of 35.37. Nancy Stevens finished second in a time of 34.12, completing 3 laps. The Bermuda Netball Association held the Senior Netball Mixed Match Tournament and the Under-12 Who's Who Tournament at Bernard Park. Unfortunately, the Under-16 Who's Who Tournament was rained out. The Mixed Match Tournament sees men included in teams in the senior division. The Young Men's Social Club Lady Bluebirds were crowned the champions after defeating the Cywork Nets 12-7 in the final. The North Village Lady Rams were crowned the Under-12 Who's Who 2015 tournament champions. 4 games took place inside the City Bridge Academy Gymnasium in the latest round of the Cell 1 Island Basketball League. In the ladies' opener, the Lady Hawks won 31-16 over the Pink Panthers. Jamila Godwin scored 16 points to lead the Lady Hawks to victory, while Angelina Barkley scored 6 points for the Pink Panthers. The Skyforce won the men's first game of the night when they defeated the still winless Court Kings 45-42. Calvert Lee scored a game-high 13 points for the Skyforce, while Christian Fiddick led the Court Kings, scoring 11 points. The Fly Girls got back to winning ways when they defeated the Court Queens 26-18 in the second female game of the night, and in the final game of the night in the men's division, the Rim Rockets upset the high-flying Crossfire Ballers 41-38. The Women's Futsal League continued inside the Warwick Academy Gymnasium with a total of 55 goals scored in 3 matches. In the opening match, the PHC Lady Zebras defeated the Young Men's Social Club Lady Bluebirds 8-3. Jessica Furtado scored 5 goals to lead PHC to victory, while Leanne Yates scored twice. Kamisha Parentchief scored the other. Shakira Otterbridge led the Lady Bluebirds with 2 goals, while Kaushi Jones scored the other. In other matches, it was the CP Chicas defeating Hamilton Parish 21-1. Dandy Stars got by the Somerset Trojans 10-2. I'm Earl Baisden reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Tuesday, February the 10th, there will be sunny breaks with developing rain and showers and a chance of thunder. Winds will be south-southeasterly and moderate, increasing strong in the evening with gusts to gale force, varying southerly and moderate to strong late night. We're expecting a high near 70 and a low near 61. This weather report is the courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Well, thanks for watching VSB News Online for Monday, February the 9th. I'm Charles Webb.